kind of like exploded from family to friends of my family members and friends of friends, and I just started to talk about myself and what I did. Some of my older readers would know all of the crazy antics I did over the years, like putting on a blonde wig, going on a wheelchair, to go to the mall, things like that. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's for me, it's like my blog. I mean, I don't even consider my blog as a fashion blog. When you look at all of the so-called fashion bloggers, I mean, everybody posts pictures of themselves wearing outfits, or it could be like a street style blog, or some blogs even do reportage, like the Great Folks Fashionista or New York Mag. I mean, for me, my blog has always been like a personal diary, of some sort. I would write about, it's always been about myself. I mean, fashion just played into it because it's something that I've always been interested in. Like I was 10, I would steal my mom's magazines and just read it at school. And then, of course, when the big brands came along, it's just, I just started being obsessed with them. Like, any Asian label whore, Dior, Gucci, Chanel, Prada, everything, So for me, that was kind of like my first exposure to fashion because, it's kind of like, the big brands. And then it's only until, like my later years when, okay, there's really more to it than the big brands. You have like all the smaller designers and small indie designers, and I mean, for me, it's not like from the beginning I've wanted to be in fashion. I've never had a job in fashion. Like what? I'm gonna be like working in a shop. Like it's like I've never really had this sort of like experience. From the bottom or working my way up. Never. I've never even been an intern. So my interest really just comes from being a consumer. I go to the stores, I go to department stores, I buy things. I see what I like, and then until now, I guess just over the years, my interest really just evolved. And then now I'm going to the shows. Now I'm interacting with designers. So it's really more of like every day. So that, I just learn something new. I haven't even gone to fashion school like some of you guys. You guys have been to Parsons, Central St. Martin's, God knows what. So I guess that's really where the fashion angle came from, and just like my interest in being a consumer and things like that. I guess my blog really took off. I would probably say about 2006. I mean, on the internet, everything's viral. Anything that you do now is going to be replicated, rehashed in so many blogs. So I would say 2006, and then of course, Marc Jacobs came along, that whole story that everybody knows by now. And, for me, it's kind of like my mom was like telling me, oh, Bryan, your life is like a never-ending stream of 15 minutes. And you're like a master of stretching it out, It's kind of like everything I do somehow gets so much attention to a degree, and for me, it's kind of like, it's funny, and I don't really take it too seriously, but it's really been like that, the Marc Jacobs story, and the Dolce & Gabbana, and yeah, so for me, it's just, again, I'm just doing something that I really love, and try to have fun in the process, and of course, for me, like, I mean, if you ask me, like, all of my dreams have already come true, what else can I ask for, like, somehow I've kind of like taken the fast track in this, fashion hierarchy, setting just everything. So for me, everything has already been, I cannot ask for anything more, except for now, it feels like my obligation is just to, share my dreams to my readers and hopefully inspire them to have the same dreams as I do, or even inspire them to have bigger dreams, like, I mean, if it happened to me, somebody from the boonies in the Philippines, so hot, I'm sweating like a pig. No, but it's true. Like, again, for me, my blog is really just, entertaining my readers and really just to make them smile, I mean, especially a lot of my readers would email me from their office and saying, oh, Bryan, I'm like so depressed. And, they look at my site, I mean, like for example, like 2 days ago I updated it. Like I met this guy who's a male model on the street, and I was like, hey, can I borrow your portfolio? So I said I just borrowed it. We made a, YouTube video, and hey, I'm going to castings, like, so things like that. So it's just really to make, my readers smile. Now, when did I start making my blog as a career? Well, probably like, 3-4 years ago when I thought, okay, there's, advertising online on the blogs. I remember like doing blog ads